Hey, this is Victor Antonio, and I want to invite you to my first ever virtual engagement masterclass where we're going to talk about how do you connect, how do you engage, how do you close, and if you can't close, how do you advance your sale. Now, over the last year, I've had to up my game just like many of you. I've had to engage people more virtually. We've moved from a 3D world to a 2D world. In other words, we're on Zoom, we're on WebEx. You get the idea, we're all virtual now. So then the question becomes, how do you engage people? How do you pull them in? And how do you keep the sale moving forward? Or if you're a manager, how do you engage your employees? How do you keep them motivated and engaged in the conversation? Well, over the last 9 months specifically, I've been hosting Sales After Dark. Now, Sales After Dark is a live program, and I got to tell you, it's taught me a lot about taking my game to the next level when it comes virtually. And I've been getting a lot of questions as Victor, how do you do it? How do you engage people? How do you get them to, again, lean into the screen? And if you're talking to a client, because now I have to close all my deals through this medium, and all inquiries, all inbound come through this medium, Victor, how do you close deals? In fact, how do you do your keynotes? How do you do your workshops? Where you're going to find out. I'm going to show you how to connect, engage, and close virtually. Now, when I say close, I'm not talking about close the sale. If you can, great, but if it's a long sales cycle, it's how do you advance the sale? And if you have key decision makers or influencers on a call, how do you get them involved in the conversation? All this is about virtual engagement. So we're going to talk about strategies. In fact, I'm going to show you 25 great strategies or tactics you can use to engage people in a conversation. That's right, 25. I'm going to show you things that you don't know. And I'm going to show you how to do them and how to execute them. We're going to talk about presentations. How do you sequence presentation? When do you interrupt certain patterns? When do you insert certain things like case studies, proof of concepts? When do you do it in such a way that people, again, lean in? Because that's what we want, virtually. So I'm going to cover a lot of content. We're also going to talk about tools. I'll show you how I set this up. Not that you have to set something up like this, but there's a couple of things in this studio you might want to consider using. For example, I'll show you how to use a smartboard like this. Now it's kind of cool because then I can also insert my head right there. I'll show you how I can easily move my head around. And by the way, just simply doing this, would you agree that that in itself creates an engagement, a pattern interrupt when you're talking to your client? Also, we'll talk about how to use different camera angles like this one right here. See, you get to see everything, and this changes how you can demo your stuff to your client. And again, we'll show you how to do that. We'll come back to here, and all these things you're going to learn. And as you're learning some of these tools, I'm going to talk about what microphones to use, what lighting to use. This is the basic stuff, but still a good platform to start. So if you're a technophobe, you're afraid of video, you want to join this one. So here's how it's going to work out. We're going to talk about the basics, which is just the basic tools, right? And again, I'll show you some advanced stuff for those of you who want to take your game to the next level. That's step number one. The next step is, how do we present, how do we structure a presentation when today's audience has a shorter attention span? Worse when it's on video via Zoom or any type of other virtual medium. Third step is, how do I get you to kind of use tactics to engage your clients, move the sale forward? And again, even if you're a manager trying to engage your employees remotely, this is the workshop for you. So again, go down there. It's a half-day workshop. Don't miss it. It's going to be good. It's going to be full of content, no fluff. And if you really want to become a master at virtual engagement, this is the master class for you. See you in a bit.